Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tina here, and just before the video starts, just want to say that I've changed the name of all these videos. From now on, I'm going to be referring to them all as Star Wars lore, which is pretty much what they are. They all are, all the videos I'm making and information I'm sharing on topics and that in Star Wars is all part of the official canon, so they're all Star Wars lore videos. But they will still be separated between, in the playlist section of my channel, between starships and starfighters, just to help make it easier to find specific ones if you go looking. But apart from that, there's nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and this episode of Star Wars Lore is on the Witches of Dathomir, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy. One of the hard facts of life in the Jedi Order was that there would always be those who turned from the light. But, however, the rule was that such fallen Jedi would never actually be destroyed. Execution was a rare exception, not a harsh habit, as in less developed societies. But, instead, a Jedi who stubbornly walked the path of the dark side was exiled in the hope that they would return to the Order someday, with their conflict resolved. Now, 400 years after the Battle of Ruusan, a wayward Jedi Knight named Alia was banished to a world on the fringes of the Republic to meditate in solitude. Dathomir was used as a penal settlement, and life for those sent there was hard, as the thick forests and open plains were home to the fearsome Rancor creatures. However, Alia was not cowed by conditions on Dathomir. The human Jedi used her force powers to beat down the other exiles and to rule them. She even managed to tame Rancors to act as honoured beasts of burden and battle mounts. In time, Alia's daughters, who inherited her force talents, established a matriarchal society, one that effectively enslaved their males. Those who followed Alia became powerful force witches, whose abilities had been shaped by their awesome and primitive surroundings, using the force by casting spells with swords and gestures. Now, the Witches of Dathomir is split into a number of clans spread across a relatively small coastal area of the planet, and relations between these clans was not always friendly. The dark taint of Alia's choices was present with some of them, and these Dathomiri became known as the Night Sisters. Almost 300 years after Alia had been exiled to Dathomir, the Jedi training vessel Thor crashed on the planet. The few survivors quickly fell victim to the witches, who feared and hated the Jedi, as the Book of Lore, which was left behind by Alia, did not paint the Order in a positive light. A rescue party, including Master Yoda, was fought to a standstill. In the end, after Yoda saved a senior witch called Rel on the battlefield, the Jedi negotiated a withdrawal from Dathomir and left the daughters of Alia to their own devices. Few who visited Dathomir survived the experience. Females who were considered weak and were wounded were killed. Males deemed strong enough were enslaved. At some point around a century prior to the Clone Wars, some male Zebra crashed on the planet and were enslaved by a clan of Night Sisters, who discovered that interbreeding with the new arrivals would strengthen their clan. Darth Sidious would eventually one day receive a young boy from this clan of Darkside acolytes. Taken to Mustafar for training, he was given the name Darth Maul. A Night Sister from the same clan, Asajj Ventress, would later become Darth Tyrannus' apprentice. The end result will be the destruction of her clan, the rise of Night Brother Savage Opress, and one of the darkest phases of the Clone Wars, the return of Darth Maul. Some 10 years before the Clone Wars, Jedi agent Quinlan Vos defeated an attempt by a clan of Night Sisters to destroy Coruscant. They sought to activate an Infinity Gate, which was ancient technology left by a lost civilization called the Qua, who were reptilian former natives of Dathomir. And Vos was able to destroy the gate and the temple around it with the help of the Qui, descendants of the Qua, who had a collective memory of the Infinity Gates and the dangers they posed. And there you have it, some of the early history and background of the Witches of Dathomir, and how they started out and formed in the first place. So be sure, if you like the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to be alerted to any more Star Wars lore videos I make. And as always, I'll talk to you all on the next one, and have a good one, guys.